not the Conquistador, but the pirate guy. They threw his suit out. Did you see that, boy?
Jean-Pierre Lafitte?
Yeah. In 2 days. They didn't even listen to that, brother. You hear me? They did. They threw him right out.
Well, from what I hear, he's quite intense individual. Would probably be the nicest thing I can say.
Listen.
Much like people say that I'm an impassioned person. So.
Why would they say that, Bullet?
Yeah.
Listen, I thought we had a case. I thought maybe all those years of me getting my, maybe I can testify. But Bullet, I'm here to tell you, the wrestlers are doing a bad job of representing us. You hear me?
Oh, I know.
Because
people laugh at the stupid things that they do,
and
and they're like, "Oh, this is funny." I'm like, "No, it's not funny."
No.
Because they all lump us together.
Oh yeah, that's exactly
they
right.
all lump us together. So when somebody does something stupid, everybody thinks
that's
it's
exactly
cute,
right.
and let's just giggle and laugh about it.
But it hurts us all to where, seriously, Bullet, and it makes me mad because let's just say, for instance, Pee Wee Anderson, who passed away, our referee from Bill Watts, if his family and wife and daughter may, let's just say, be entitled to a little something. I don't know, because they're still using him. But none of that, it'll never get to that point to where, okay, is anything, could we do anything? Because wrestlers have embarrassed us to that point. Mm-hmm. Oh, we're getting heavy here, Bullet. Real heavy. We got.
And people think it's bad when I make fun of wrestlers. You know what I'm saying?
There ain't nothing in wrestling good. Let me tell you something, bro. We've been trying to get out. Okay, I'll say that for a show. Okay, quiet on the set, please. Okay, nobody listens.
Nobody listens.
I think I'm at home.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome
Yes.
to the Dad You Don't Work, You Wrestle. You hear the claps.
Okay.
You know what
I
time
did
it
that
is.
to you,
You know what time it is. George, how was your
I
weekend?
guess when I do that, I'm supposed to turn to you. I'm so burnt. I don't even know how to show proper respect to the guy. Well, I do it away from him. But anyway, I'm doing great. What an unbelievable, beautiful day here in Charlotte, North Carolina. The pollen's about to kill us all. We got to come up real quick with a gimmick to do away with pollen. We'll get rich real quick. Well, it may be one of them.
Pollen. I thought you said pylons. I didn't realize we had a problem with pylons being stacked up all over the city.
Downtown Charlotte, we do.
There's a lot of
We need to get a pollen, something quick. Like one of them cable access things late at night. Not the spongy or the squeegee thing. They done did that, but something just do away with pollen real quick, Bullet. I will work on that. But anyway, great week, Bullet. Thank you so much. I want to start our program. We are slowly closing in. I don't want to say the number yet, but we're getting close, Bullet. Bless your heart for having to sit here in this throne of misery for so many episodes.
One of my longest running programs that I do.
Listen, I told you, the only thing to outrun us is Gunsmoke, and that's just because they had a few more stars than we got. But we closing in on Gunsmoke. We done blowed good times, one day at a time, and all them things right out the water. We done lasted way longer than friends. Well, maybe friends may be close, but anyway.
I think it's further away.
Yeah,
They're
even worried about us. But anyway, boy, what a great week. I want to thank everybody that came out Friday night. My buddy Josh Stormborn there in Forest City. It was, I joked with him, this was his last match for this week. No, it was his retirement match. He's got some health issues, and he still want to promote. Just runs a good little show, and I was able to wrestle him in his retirement match. So I was very honored.
Get ready
to do
for
that.
when you wrestle in my retirement match.
But I can't wait. And his little boy was there, so it was very, it was very neat, sentimentalish. So I was very just proud to be part of that. So a great night there. I did correct two guys earlier on in the show. I've always hated this, Bullet. If you beat me, that's all you can possibly do to me. Now, unless you're a road warrior, I've always hated it and almost felt sorry for guys because I've been that guy that they just pick up and throw out. Now, if there's really no angle or you're not getting ready for Dusty, I hate that, just to do it. So I went back into the restroom, of course, should have never left my table, just to tell the one guy that I think you beating the guy was probably enough. It's just, and I'm talking second or third match. I'm not talking main event, no stupid storyline or anything like that. He just picked this guy up, about killed him, throwed him out. So I just brought it to both their attentions that I would have punched that guy. But anyway, so, I'll never ever do that again. Of course, nobody listened. The guy that threw the guy out had nothing but, he talked back to me is what I'm saying. So I will actually never get up from my table again and go in the back. And try
just wait till a guy walks away, then you can dog him. You would have been perfectly fine. Like, okay, you heard it. Thank you, sir. Second you leave, then you can dog him.
Yeah, that's fine. That's
fine.
exactly right.
There's nothing wrong with that.
It's just a difference, Bullet. And I've always loved it when, Ole or Teddy Biar, somebody gave me some pointers to help me, and that's all I was trying to do. But I guess the receiving end of it ain't the same.
Oh, it's a different world. Nobody takes that as information they can use.
Yeah, exactly.
And don't get me wrong. There were a lot of old timers that are like, "Oh, you're doing too much when I should have done more."
Right.
But at the same time, too, you have to listen to it, and sometimes that stuff kind of rattles around in your head. And it doesn't seem like it's useful for a while, but all of a sudden, boom. In this situation, in this particular instance, what he said made sense.
That's right.
And it's necessary for this set of circumstances because nothing is the same. Because you're going to be in front of a couple hundred different people in a different town and a different set of circumstances for the show.
That's right.
And that piece of advice will come in handy later. So it's always important to listen. You don't necessarily have to take the advice, but you can keep it in your back pocket.
Yeah.
It's like pennies.
Yeah.
Just put it in a little penny jar, and when you want to cash it all in one day, you can cash it in.
That's exactly right. But to start a rebuttal right away before I've even finished, then I'm wasting my breath.
He's definitely one of those guys they'll walk over a quarter sitting on the ground. Just pick that quarter up. You might need that quarter.
That's
later,
exactly right. But we finished, got out of there. Of course, Saturday had a great show for AML in Saturday, a great house there. One of the first time running that facility right there in Winston-Salem. It was like a Christian school gymnasium, which I was kind of worried about some of the boys. You never know if you'll be invited back, but it was just a great night. Everybody worked hard, so we had a lot of stuff going on, a great thing. I want to put a quick plug in to my little grandbaby, Dallas. This will not be idiot bag stuff. It's can be a topic for a following show. I think it's pretty cool, Bullet, is little Dallas started his coach pitch. Of course, he could care less about the baseball part of it. He just likes the nice-looking $75 Under Armour cleats that he's wearing. But anyway, I know.
Could get Nike or Reebok.
Oh, no. It's Under Armour. He knows the name. That's what's scary is he knows the name of it. Big old sweatband like Reggie Jackson. I mean, but he may not can play, but boy, he looks like he can. But anyway, I noticed before the first pitch that there's no tee no more. There's no tee. So me, being the concerned pawpaw, wanting my young major leaguer to have the upper hand on anybody, felt like I should ask the coach. I was just curious because we've all been coach, pitch, t-ball, and which I kind of liked his answer. He said, no, we're trying. All the leagues are trying to get away from the t-ball because once they get used to that t-ball, it's very hard, very wrestling training-ish. It's very hard to break them of hitting it off that t-ball. So I thought, oh my gosh, these poor kids will never hit nothing. Because some of these kids never play.
Yeah.
But the coach is not farther enough back. He don't spin on it, put tar on it, try to strike the kid out. He does pitch it. I guess that's where coach pitch comes from. But the kid does not hit off a T-ball. And I was very impressed at some of those kids that it may have went 2 feet, but they are learning to hit at a very young age.
Just make contact.
That's exactly right. That's very.
As long as you're making contact, that's all that matters.
And I'll move on here real quick. But this is why I hate grown-ups because we're sitting there watching the game. It's just a fun game. There's really no umpires. It's all, just to let everybody play and run and get a little bit of dirt on them or whatever. But the key is, if someone gets a hit, if the other kid grabs the ball and holds it up and says timeout, everything has to stop. Okay, I know, boy. So if little Johnny hits a grand slam,
please tell me you're at least keeping score.
No. So here's what was so funny, Bullet. Towards about the 4th inning, I mean, we're all loving each other. The birds are twerping. Sunflowers are blooming. We all love everybody, okay? By about that 3rd inning, when little Susie grabs the ball and calls timeout, when, Brutus is rounding third with Pete Rose tar on him and big chew of tobacco in his mouth, Brutus ain't stopping. And Brutus didn't stop. Okay, even though this little Susie with little pigtails, I'm painting a picture here, boy, is hollering timeout. Brutus don't care about no timeout. Brutus's dad that just got off a truck driving rig don't care about timeout either. Okay,
nor should.
Oh boy, so here come Brutus, Brutus's dad, Brutus's dog, Brutus's mom is coming over the fence. Oh, and so. Me personally, because I done snatched Dallas clear out of it, we were up in the press box, okay, boy, become the realistically of why parents should never be allowed.
You got Dallas out of there before NWA came down to the ring and started spray painting people's backs.
Oh, I love that, boy. Before NWO arrived and started spray painting the baseball bats and the gloves and the field, NWO, I grabbed Dallas out of it, but Bullet, and I'll move on. But that was an example why parents should not be allowed it almost got ugly. They pretty much, there was no more baseball after that. And I knew it's going to happen.
Well, it doesn't matter. You're not watching a game. You're basically watching a practice.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
That's what you're watching. If you're not keeping score, if you're doing stuff like that, you're watching a practice. And what are you paying for then?
Boy, when my middle son, Brock, it recalled all this when Brock, he's much older now, but I remember his coach back in the day, I'll never forget this. His name was Coach Tanner. He would always, before the games, give this speech about we're all in this together, it's all for fun, it's sportsmanship, and he would always be the one to get thrown out. So it's like he would read it to us, but when it come time to it, his head would explode, his temper, they'd throw him out. So anyway, I said all that to say, it has nothing to do with wrestling, but I said all that to say parents probably shouldn't be allowed at a practice that is supposed to be a game.
Yeah, it's not a game, it's a practice.
But I was very proud of Dallas. We're not in the contract negotiations yet, but he did get a hit.
It's all that matters.
That's all that matters.
That's all that matters. He doesn't be hitting home runs. He doesn't be doing nothing.
But boy, which I know soon, later on, of course, you will, I'm sure, experience being a dad, being a pawpaw. Later on. But
maybe another life.
Yeah, another life.
That's how far. That's how far away. I have to die. This life gets over.
Yeah.
I then go
when
on.
You come back,
get a little bit older.
Yeah. When you come back as an alligator, when we're all recreated.
Exactly.
Maybe then. But
I like that. Coming back as an alligator.
You come back as an alligator. I know that for a fact.
Okay.
That way, boy, you just go instead of talking to him, you're just going to just do away with him. But anyway,
it is very alligator.
As a pawpaw to arrive at the ball field, very Bruce Wayne-ish, inconspicuous, and you see, and your grandson just hollers out in the middle of a game, before the game, first pitch, he hollers, "Pawpaw, can we go to your house?" That was the coolest. Of course, everybody looked at me like, you weirdo, but it was just the coolest pawpaw moment in the history of Major League Baseball. Mm-hmm. That's all I'm saying, Bullet. Okay, so and I blamed it on the pollen, not the orange, not
pylons,
the
pylons.
I didn't blame it on the pylons. I blamed it on the pollen. But I did get a little teary-eyed, Bullet. It was a very special moment. But anyway, all that being said, Bullet, parents, don't mess up Major League Baseball, okay? You already took away the T. Y'all are the ones that need to be leaving, not the T's. So,
NW, if you want to call a mess, start your own pay-per-view. You know what I'm saying? Start your own pay-per-view.
Yeah.
NWO.
Just buy everybody, buy everybody's contracts and bring them down here from WWF, and then they'll take over. So anyway, with all that being said, Bullet, what a great week. Real quick, the idiot of the week. I know we got to hurry. Bullet, let me plug real quick. I think you've got a big deal going on tonight, right?
I'm at the Comedy Zone, night of 500 laughs.
Now, is that the time schedule where you have to have? That ain't the one where you got so many seconds.
That's coming back around.
Okay.
I already did the seconds one, and the one where I've got 30 minutes to write my material. Tonight, I have to do a certain amount of laughs in a set. It has not been going well recently, but to pile on to what you were saying, before is the comfort of knowing that this is very early in my career, and I'm allowed to suck.
Yes,
I'm from a generation where we were allowed to suck if we wanted to start a band. We could strike out.
That's right.
I am very fortunate in that time because I get very stressed out when I come to wrestling, and I feel like I have a lot of expectations of what people want out of me as far as fans and as far as buying people that paid money to come in and expected to see a match fifth on a card full of very athletic people and what they're expecting out of me. Yes. I feel a lot of expectations and things that I have to do, and I feel that. But right now, in comedy, I'm very low rung.
Yes.
I'm allowed to suck. And I've been doing a very good job of doing it at the Comedy Zone recently. But luckily, I've been working on some material to save me from that instance, kind of like a Dillinger revolver in my back, in case my regular material doesn't go well. So I dare them not laugh tonight at the Comedy Zone, because I will be coming and spraying some material that they may or may not like, but I don't care. So, yes, I have that going on tonight. So I may bring down the average of 500 laughs to 495, but I feel like there's enough comedians to pick up the slack if things seem to stumble down for me.
Well, what I'm happy for you, Bullet, is I'm starting to see, and it may have always been that way, maybe I just now started paying attention, but your interest or your invites or where you're going is the comedy scene is you've almost got as many, well, actually many of those as you do,
because I got Monday,
you do wrestling, right?
Monday through Thursday, it's dedicated to comedy all the time.
Yeah, I love that. So, with all that being said, Bullet, quick idiot of the week. There's so many idiots running wild, Bullet, but this one here, there's a lot to choose from, and I may save the good one that I kind of heard about a while ago out in the hallway of let's all just book, Ric Flair and let me pay everything and pay his expenses and bring Ric Flair in, but you're unknowingly can go ahead and do a seminar with him after I pay everything. But that's be good later on. But this here affects me, believe it or not. I do have wrestling fans that occasionally will ask me, request a picture, an 8x10. I do not mind autographing it the few times that it may happen, but I have done this several times, so I pretty much know the price of sending one of these 8x10, simple as it may be. So today I'm actually throwing the whole postal system in the idiot bag, and this is why, Bullet, as I go in to mail what I've done, an 8x10, it's always $1.25. It always is. No special shipping, just straight out. Well, yesterday, this lady says it is $3. Now, I should have just maybe paid the $3, but not me, okay? Not, I was trying to think of a good wrestler. Not Brady Boone, who has to question everything. I said, ma'am, is there a problem? Because it's always been $1.25. And she said, well, it is $2 extra because you asked us to take the stamp that says do not bend, okay, and stamp it. I said, well, yes, ma'am, I don't want it to be bent. She said, well, that's why it cost $2 extra. I said, well, hold on. I'll just take it outside and use my Sharpie and I'll write do not bend. She said, well, it don't matter. You still will pay $2 extra if it is written or stamped. I said, so, and I stopped the post office. Stupid me should have paid the $3. But I said, so let me get this right here in America. And she said, I said, I've never done that. She said, well, you've just been cheating the system. Then George Jefferson is fixing to take the jacket off. Okay? I said, hold on. If I'm going to stop the system and beat the system and cheat the system, I'm going to do it for real. So I said, and everybody, the long line behind me, they're all hating me. A couple of little kids are doing this to me because their ice cream's melting, Bullet, all that. So anyway, I said, let me get this right before I walk out of here. So you're telling me, if I do not want my package to be bent, my picture, I do not want it to be bent, and I ask you to just stamp it, do not bend, it's $2 extra. She said, yes, sir. I said, so if I write on it at home, do not bend with a Sharpie. She said, it's $2 extra. I said, what if I don't write on it and I don't ask you to stamp it? She said, it's $1.25. So I'm saying, Bullet, I can't say I refuse to do business with the post office because I got to mail my books. So, and then of course I had some smart aleck write me and say, well, just stick a piece of cardboard in it. You ain't got to worry about it. I do that anyway. I just thought, you're already there. The stamp's beside you. You don't even have to write it. But
just saying, if you're going to get a lot of bent 8x10s from George South in the future.
Yes. So I love that. So thank you, Bullet. So what I'm portraying to all of my millions and millions of fans out there is if your 8x10 shows up bent, don't take it up with me, because as much as I love all of my dearing fans, you're not worth $2 extra. I'm just being honest.
I love that she said that you were cheating the system when you unknowingly had no idea that was a thing. No. But the people that were working the line that day, I'm like, well, we'll just stamp it and we'll move right on.
That's exactly right.
And so there's nothing that you knew about specifically. Nothing. So you weren't cheating the system. No. Your organization that you take so seriously was incompetence. Incompetence mania was running wild, and sometimes incompetence mania runs wild in your favor, much like it has for quite some time.
That's exactly right. And we're almost on 200 episodes, so date back, document it. We have not thrown them in the idiot bag, so I did not know this, because they would have made the idiot bag about 180 episodes ago.
Oh, yeah. Or during the invention of email that they never kept up with.
Yes, very good. So, with all that being said, we're going to throw the whole postal system right now, because I'm very aggravated that they have been charging. And you can say, George, it was just $2. But, Bullet, seriously, if they're able to do that to just an average day, it's just crazy.
Accuse you of cheating the system.
Oh, yes, exactly.
Just not alone.
Hey, I may have took my $2 loss and walked out with my head in shame and lost my smile like Shawn Michaels. But when you said I cheated the system, Bullet, I started doing this. Okay.
Tune up the band.
What's he call it?
Tuning up the band.
Yeah, I was getting ready to tune up the band. That's all I'm saying, boys. So, with all that being said, Butt fans, what will not show up to your address, your home, bent, but if it does, we don't hold responsibility for that, is the...
Second greatest book of all time, which is available at highspots.com, and you won't be committing fraud if you buy it through highspots.com. If you want to know more about where I'm going to be at this weekend, I think Big Time Wrestling's this weekend. I don't know if you're coming along with me.
Yeah,
Are you
yes,
coming
I am.
along?
Yes,
okay,
boy.
me and George
Yes.
will be together this weekend,
Oh,
so
Sunday
make sure you follow me on Twitter at ManScoutManny or on Instagram at ManScoutManny to know more about me and George's adventures. This has been another edition of Dad, You Don't
show,
Work,
Bullet.
You Wrestle.
All right. Good show, Bullet. Very good. Thank you for reminding me. Do we know yet? Well, you can tell me. Do you know what time yet we will be leaving, Bullet?
Let me shut the camera off first.
Oh gosh. Oh yeah. Oh, that's kayfabe stuff there.
Oh yeah. We
Bullet.
gotta keep that secret.
That's behind the scenes.
Behind the scenes.
Okay.